it goes to show just the kind of game that you expect to see out of teams. But because it's what they're comfortable on, because they said, hey, we beat you on it last map, we think we could do it again here, they swap to it, have no problems running it. Like you said, they overcome it.
Hi, hello, my name is Jean Carlos Gonzalez. We're here in Clifton, New Jersey. I'm one of the teachers, and I'm also one of the Overwatch coaches for the esports team. Overwatch is great. Usually, what sets it apart from other competitive esports program is that you have different skills. If you are a person that likes to be very aggressive, like aggro, you DPS focus, you have your certain heroes that are meant for that. If you like to be a team player and support, you could play the role of tank, where you protect your teammates. And if you like to be supporting in a different way, there's also a category known as healers. Throughout the years, as we were expanding the Overwatch team, we've gotten players who've played Overwatch competitively on their own, join the team, but also bring students who've never played Overwatch before, fall in love with the gameplay, the lore, and made new friends along the way.
Hi, my name is Brian Chi, and I am on the Clifton esports team. And I am an Overwatch player, and I'm their captain. I chose Overwatch because it was one of the closer games I'm used to. I'm used to a team-based game, and I also do enjoy having there being different roles for different people. So it's not all based on a single type of player being the best on your team. It's like a combination of everything to work into one.
What drew me to Overwatch was definitely the comic-y style of the characters, and I loved the mechanics of the game. I just loved how colorful it was, and it was just fun to play.
Oh, let's break it down!
I think the most fun aspect of the game has to be that I can just have fun and do what I want to do in the game without having to worry about a penalty.
My experience with competitively in Overwatch is pretty good. I enjoy meeting other teams and talking to them, competing to see how good my skill compares to their team. Also, leadership-wise, it's pretty fun trying to lead the team and strategize on what to do better, and call out my teammates if they need help in something so that we can work better in our practices. The most fun aspect in the game is trying to understand different strategies, because in the game there's different heroes and each of them have their own weaknesses to other heroes, and having to think about strategies around that is probably the most fun part about the game.
The benefit about Overwatch is an easy game to play, but hard to master. But thankfully, you're not alone. You're playing with a team, and because your role is very crucial to the team, you're able to work together towards a common goal.
Two champions have been crowned so far, and now we have one more left to go, with the Rockford Rampage winning in the MHSCL and the Science Academy team winning in the South Central region. Only the Pacific region remains to see who will be crowned champion in fall of 2023. As for the final time tonight, we say aloha, friends, and happy holidays to you and yours, alongside the most multilingual chef, both in food and in speech, the one and only Chef Billy Klutschke, with you as we bring you the fall 2023 Youth Championship game between the number 4-seeded Crescenta Valley Falcon varsity team and the 3rd-seeded Diamond Bar varsity team. So, Billy, so far we've seen the 1 seeds win with a 3-0 series sweep, and this time a number 1 seed will not be playing. Instead, it's a 4 versus 3 seed championship round. So this looks to be very exciting.
It looks to be exciting. It looks to also be possibly a little bit more competitive. And we'll see how this is actually going to play itself out, because we've had some stops. Now, the first game, okay, it was like complete one-way traffic. Then the second game, we had some drama. We had some good moves. We had some good strategy. We had some good counter picking. Now I'm hoping that everything comes to fruition here and we get more than a 3-0 Overwatch result here. But you know what? These two teams, they want to get themselves in and out in a hurry, because they might have finals coming up down the line.
Yeah, currently right now, 5 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time, or rather, I should say 5 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time on the East Coast. It's 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So right now, in prime time here for both of these teams, and we get to our final regional matchup here in the Pacific Line. As you were talking about earlier, we had two teams play alongside the number 1 seeds getting their wins. Rockford Rampage with a sweep over GBHS. That was a very quick game, about 36 minutes if I'm going back on it. And of course, we go to Science Academy taking on Gary Bobcats. That one similar as well, although a little longer, maybe 38 minutes at that. So we will see if the culmination comes all together here between the CV Falcons and DBHS Overwatch varsity teams. And right now, as it stands so far, we've seen 2 games with a little bit of different compositions on either side. And we have also seen 2 very different maps play out on Control side. We've seen so far on Control, we've seen Lijiang Tower that started us off. Then we got the Ilios back in the South Central region. Pacific-wise, now we are headed to a completely different map in Nepal.
Nepal has its own identity. It's got its own je ne sais quoi, if you will. We love to see Nepal in the rotation, mainly because I love to see the dichotomy between village and shrine. And then you've got the outlier, which is even worse than the well. It's Sanctum. So you got 3 different compositions that you could run. Basically, you could run a brawl or a rush on shrine and on village. I think the rush works a little bit better on shrine, whereas you want to play more like the Semester Bastion with a Reinhardt or Sigma there on village. But then when you go to Sanctum, you can play poke. You can also go aerial with it. So there's a lot of character here in this map. These 2 teams taking down their higher seeded rivals on their way to the grand final here. This is what I always tell people about Overwatch, especially in the youth scene. Any given day, you can see a different team come out on top. It just depends how well they are playing on that day. And that's the beauty of esport, is that anybody can win on any given day.
Yeah, it could be any given day and could be 1 week away, 1 week removed from the Week 8 patch. So who knows what the heck we're going to see out of these 2 games. Obviously, the previous 2 games so far, we have seen it be any kind of composition that you will. So 20 seconds left to go. And actually, before we get this match started, I want to remind you that if you are ready to get in on the action, enrollment for the spring 2024 season is now open and it's free to compete. So discover all the opportunities that Play Versus offers and get all the details on the upcoming spring season by visiting playversus.com. Once again, that's playversus.com. Don't just watch, come on down and play as we get set here on Nepal. And we are looking at a very interesting setup on either side here, because 2 completely different play styles. One wants to get in your face, the other one wants to play a little bit longer range if you're that soldier. But for this Doomfist, it'll be the first time you and I see it today, Billy.
I mean, what the Doomfist does work, and especially if you can close the gap on the back end of it, and you've got that Genji. And I mean, well, I say that they had a Genji. Now they're kind of running with a little bit more of a mid-range approach themselves. Oh, they're gonna keep playing with me until they actually open the gates, and that's exactly what's gonna happen right now. You've got the Junkrat, so you can have spam from mid-range. You're also gonna be able to take control of high ground here, and well, Sunset Tapa is going to be the Bastion for the other side. So this is looking very, very good for both sides. Good high damage output. It's going to be about Vixus, though. Vixus is going to have to be very, very cognizant of this Bastion on the field.
And starting lineups for both sides. DBHS on your left side, Strike 2, Newbie, Sunset Stoppers on both, and Aki. CV Falcon side, Vixus, Loudit, Grapey, Kabalama, and Among Us. So we will get to see what these teams pull out here on their very first tries. The Doofus already having to pull out the block. And now you see the Genji in the back line already using the flex, but having to back away. And there's the Helix Rockets to get that final kill from a little bit farther distance. Concussion Mine will take down Sunset Papa, but only for a couple of points of health. And they really just have no entry points besides this Doomfist right now that just already has to back off. And now the Doomfist gone. DBHS starts us off.
Yep, this is just a complete compositional difference right now. And Vixus is not going to be able to sustain with this. Well, I say that, yeah, there's no way to get in or out. I mean, now you can speed on top of them and actually try and attempt to spawn camp if you want to. I like it. I like the aggression there. I like the patience that we saw DBHS hold there. I mean, Diamond Bar is looking to now control high ground. They're going to have a line of sight on both ways to get on here. They're going to keep trying to force this Doomfist. It's going to be to their peril, because once Sunset Tapa sees that the power block is out and that power punch is out, they're just completely done.
And there's going to be the application matrix, but Aki's like, all right, we're going to stare right in the face of danger here and go ahead and use it. Immortality field's not there either. However, Vixus is able to take care of Aki, so the tank is down. However, not so fast, because there's still lots of fighting going on here between the trades right now, and you see the Doomfist trying to find some kind of opening in, and this is going to allow the rest of the team in, and in fact, with Gabalama going down, this is not looking much better.
It is absolutely not looking much better. You've got the Tac Visor and the Flux online. Vixus is trying to look for something around the outside. The tire might be the entry point for them to get on this point.
See if it is. Gracey does have that Riptire, like you were saying, available to them, and Convold won't even get a chance to use the Tactical Visor. Instead, Aki starts us off with the Gravitic Flux. It's not going to get slept, however, doesn't do enough damage. There is the Stout Arrow that comes out from Ruby. Might be too little too late. Also, a great Bionade from Among Us, hitting everybody except for Strike 2 on DVD, who was out and about. But it's still pigs falling, and in the last seconds of this point, CV Falcon gets their first percentages.
I mean, that's they had to have it, and you know, you use the Meteor Strike. You know, you hold on to the rush though and the tire. So that was basically done in the neutral. That's how impressive that turn was. The fact that they punched Aki out of the flux, that's the real turning point here. So now they're going to have a lot more to go.
The 836 nade is big, the Tac Visor big as well, and the Matrix is just going to go ahead and secure this fight. There is no chances for CV Falcon to come back. They just need to regroup for one last one.
I mean, they've got the rush, they've still got the tire online, they're going to have an overclock as well. Sunset Appa might be able to do exactly that, put them under some pressure with the artillery strike.
Sunset Appa might not even need to do anything, though, as Aki's got the kill on the Lazuin to start. So 99%, somebody's got to find a way to touch, and nobody's there. Doomfist doesn't get there. Kitsune Rush doesn't get there. Riptire gets two, but it's all just useless. It's DBHS that starts us off with the 1-0 lead, and what a round for them.
I mean, this is I mean, beautiful work from them. They take the early control. They go ahead and give up a fight. They don't spend a lot in that fight as well. So, you know, the fact that they were able to hold on to some of those ultimates and really zone people out, that's exactly what they needed. Aki is an absolute sniper with those hyper spheres. So we're going to see what they got going on here. I like the fact that they're going to bring the Symmetra to bear here, try to get them on the point. And, I mean, with a May in their way, they're going to be able to get that microwave beam charged up nice and fast.
Let's see if CV Falcons can go ahead and tie this game up as we head on over to the Shrine now. And this one gets a little bit more interesting with that kind of central arc, but it doesn't really matter here. They're going to play up front and center thanks to quickness from DBHS, which we saw last time. They were in control of this point to start. They will be in control of this point to start us off yet again. This time they switch on over to the main for Gabalama, see if they can slow this team down. But up front and center, this is all DBHS right now. No picks have fallen, just everybody falling also low. Grapey falls down to a couple of health, so does Newbie, but the bigger one is Newbie falling also down. Good thing you've got the first split. It's just scrappy here. Somebody's got to find a first pick. Increase does get the Sigma protection Suzu is used. And now this Mace is going to walk right on up to that Sunset Alpha, able to find the secondary railgun shot on the lot. Got the big pick down. May going down as well. It's all going wrong for CV Falcon.
Yep, CV Falcon right now are just in full retreat mode. That's a great rock that comes out, but not enough on the back end of it. You know, they just need to try and get themselves out as best they can. They don't have a speed element. That's the big difference, is that Newbie is getting so much work done with the amp engages, either with the healing or the speed, Keegan. That's the big difference right now.
This is looking dire straits right now, though. Gabalama is able to take care of Sunset Alpha. No mercy either means no resist. So if this May keeps hitting shots on the icicles, you're looking pretty dang good to bring this one out. However, watch out. Director's built up another application matrix. And now Gray Maywalk keeps this Sigma out of it right now. However, they're doing enough damage to break through the wall. And the Sigma now out of trouble is able to get the reflecting kill. However, Gabalama still hitting the icicle shots on the strike suit. And this is the Tac Visor that's going to be used to go ahead and secure this fight. 55% and rolling. CV Falcon needs an answer. They can't find one.
Nope, there is no answer to what's going on right now. Now the Flux is online. Vixis apparently used their Flux at some point and got completely denied a 4-pack of ultimates for the attackers, trying to get themselves onto this point. And they're running into a Kitsune Rush and a sound barrier. So there's so much sustain and so much staying power for this DBHS team.
Gonna need some kind of answer here, and this May is just gonna find their way back to the spawn room, final fight territory, I would say at the very least here, because now they have this to go in so much trouble. The Hypersphere is just doing so much. Okay, this is just bullying at this point. They're gonna lift up that Baptiste Immortality Field, use the Immortality Field gone. Riptire is only gonna be able to get one. It's not gonna be enough though. 96%, they're just gonna stay on this point, and the Sigma's in a whole lot of trouble. They might let the point even flip this point, and now it's gonna be the Blizzard, but if the Sound Barrier comes out just in time, doesn't even really matter. They don't touch, and it's a clean 100-0 for DBHS, not a speck of dust on Shrine. We won't see Sanctum. It's DBHS up 1-0.
That is some serious team coordination right now. I think the most impressive part of this for me this is probably going to be the great tac visor that came out on Village. Yeah, they came out and just exactly knew. Look at that speed right away, and then straight out. Just gets the work done. And that is fantastic from them. But I think that them giving up that fight at 87%, Keegan, is the reason why they did so well. Is that they didn't invest into it. They were very smart with their ultimate economy. And then when it was the go time, they go ahead, they get the amp speed, they put the Matrix out there, and they get the full team win there. And that is some great coordination.
Great coordination overall for the team from DBHS, up 1-0 now. As we get into the second map now, it's going to be Push here. And so for Push, only 3 maps to choose from: New Queen Street, Coliseo, Esperanza. From what we've seen so far, obviously we've seen that Doomfist come out, and the Doomfist really hasn't been going off. Maybe it gets changed here on Push. I mean, maybe you get the Brawl on New Queen Street. It is CBHS's pick. It is their pick overall because they lost side, and really side selection doesn't even matter. So we'll get to see what we pull on here. New Queen Street, Coliseo, Esperanza. I mean, if you're CBHS, do you go New Queen Street here?
No. I'm trying to think of different possibilities for them there. I mean, they showed a Sigma, they showed a Doomfist, so they want to kind of play up in their face. I would go to Coliseo. I mean, I don't see any other reason why you wouldn't, other than maybe Esperanza. Just because you can play there as well. And, you know, Sigma can use the flux. They can take control of high ground. They can control lines of sight. So, I mean, there's a lot that that CVHS right now needs to do. They need to get on top of this front line, and also be watching for the DPS flankers, because they're taking a lot of the pressure off of their main tank. Aki basically living free, just having, you know, be topped up every now and again. I mean, the kinetic grass, if you didn't see it, there on Shrine, I think got like almost 600 over health from the kinetic grasp. I mean, their hit points was like at 1,075 or something like that. So beautiful work from them. Beautiful usage of the immortality barriers as well. So we'll see how this goes for CVHS. But you know what, DBHS on the other hand, Diamond Bar really did show some class there. So we'll see. We'll see how the mental is holding up here for Crescenta Valley.
Yeah, we'll get to see how much Crescenta Valley believes that they can get the 1-1 here. DBHS looking pretty good. And in fact, we will be headed to Coliseo for our very next map here. So now we've seen Coliseo twice, or rather, I think we've seen, Coliseo all 3 times here in our push maps so far. Yeah. So really for the entire season long, I guess Coliseo has been the popular map pick, if you will, in the best of 5 series. So we'll get to see what CBHS pulls out here. DBHS will stay on the blue side. No side swaps here. So no subs either. It'll just be straight up what we saw in the very last map. And so, Billy, I mean, you were talking about what we could see here. We were talking about Aki being very good on their side, along with that Sigma here, CBHS side. I mean, what are your keys here for this Crescenta Valley team to make sure that they can get a point up on the board to tie it up to 1?
I think space taking. I think smart decision making as well. And I also think that personnel matters. They kept trying to force a Junkrat into a Sigma. That experimental barrier is just going to hold it. And if you start lobbing in the concussion grenades, you got a kinetic grass, which is going to build over health, which is going to take the pressure off the support staff. Support staff can take care of each other, can take care of the DPS. It's all a cyclical thing. And that's what we need to really be looking at, is how do we pressure down and, make sure that we have the right personnel out on the field to make those supports not have such an easy time of it.
Yeah, we'll head into the streets of Rome in just a couple of moments. And again, it's just going to be a very, very drawn-on game here from CV Falcon, because they need to push for all that they can get against this very good DBHS team so far. We saw earlier just pulled on a Junkrat for no reason. Again, there was just a waiting for game thus far. So we'll get to see what they bring out here in the next 7 seconds. And mind you, for those of you just watching, this is the final matchup of the entire day here in our Championship Day, Championship Wednesday, in the Pacific Finals of the Youth Program Fall 2023 semester. So let's take a look at what they bring out as we assemble the heroes, prepare your attack phase. And Aki, like you were saying on the Sigma earlier, this is pretty similar to what they pulled out, except Sunset up on the Ash instead.
Yeah, I like this because you can get yourself from high to low ground, especially once you get past the drag race of hell. Convolt seems to be very, very comfortable and very, very willing to play on the legs here, so I don't hate it. What I do not like right now is this Doomfist pick. They were not able to really claim a lot of space, and the support just wasn't there. So maybe you're going in for a nano engage with this Doomfist, see what you can get done on the back of it, but I mean, basically on the end of that, your only real target for a Nano is Grape on the Junkrat, and that could be a serious way to take down this berry.
Seismic Slime comes out, not going to find anything for right now. Gabalama, though, is able to go ahead and find the headshot, and another headshot. Not the Storm Arrow this time. Shields won't help you out against headshots when the heads are rolling off the shoulders. Gabalama finds another one. This Hanzo just absolutely popping Grape Eyes. Grapey will take over the last final blow. But the Hanzo gives CV Falcon life.
I mean, game on. Let's go. This is exactly what they needed. They needed an emphatic statement. They needed statement kills. I did not expect 3 headshots, but I will bloody well take it. And now it's all up to Sunset Appa and Convolt to be able to get around. I think that you go skyward here. I think that you go into the air. Maybe an Echo would be worthy here. Maybe, maybe a Pharah could be advantageous as well. And also maybe bringing out a Diva here.
They're not going to bring out any of that. They stick with their guns. They stick with the comp that they're used to for right now. It's already pushed up to about 37%, maybe even 40% and rolling here as it will keep going up to the 50-meter mark. Nobody is really stopping this contest. Instead, focusing on the Hanzo, and that's not good. Among Us already falling oh so low. Has the nano boost available. Might not even have a chance to use it. Immortality just having to be thrown out at the same token because Sunset Appa's never got allowed to it. And now the fight back continues on. They get rid of, now Sunset Appa's got 2 kills. They do get the checkpoint for CV Falcon, but that might be all they get here, considering the man advantage that DBHS does have. They back up, and Sunset Appa still hitting headshots on that secondary railgun fire. In fact, they get the checkpoint. They're happy with that.
Yeah, I mean, you take that all day long, and you get a couple meters on beyond it. So, you mean, there's at least 2 fights before you have to seriously start thinking about investing ultimates into this next fight. And with these Nano engaged, that's about ready to come through. Gabalama with another blazing shot.
And the Hanzo's been popping off, been cooking, if you will, and hold up. Cook even further because the headshot might still keep on rolling now. Has the Storm Arrows on, nothing there. Dragon Strike is available. There's the Sound Arrow, which very well could be too early of an ult here for DBHS. If that Dragon Strike goes anywhere down the lane, that's going to be trouble. Also, the other one as well, it's going to be the Dragon Strike that gets used, and it's going to be the Riptire that gets pulled away. Gravey's able to find one. We're trading blows left and right. Haymaker's thrown. But the big one is the tank. Victus is still not down. They will give it up, though. They will give up some percentage points, but not before the Doomfist comes back in. It's only 3 meters before they have to run back.
It's just not enough from Convolt right now. Convolt is kind of the weak link here for DBHS. Diamond Bar need to have a little bit more production out of this Soldier 76. Aki can only carry so far, and it's going to be up to Showstopper with this coming up. Just absolutely peeking in the wrong spot.
Don't peek, otherwise the llama will take off your head. As Victus almost coming up on another one. You can see Gabba Llama almost already at another big Dragon Strike. However, flips up too, and Aki's able to find Gabba Llama in the meanwhile, and this is just going to be beyond a falling oh so low, and it's going to be the turnaround here. They get it past midfield, sure, for the spawn, but DBHS still has another fight to play.
Yep, and then we're going to be coming into a Kitsune Rush and this Meteor Strike, so there's definitely going to be a recontest here, and I'm looking for Among Us, maybe a big time, gigantic, oh no, don't go down!
Don't go down, it's going to be the Doomfist out of heals for just a couple of moments, and Oswin is down as well. Overclock is going to get popped, but it's Sunset Appa going to find anything out of this. Has to throw the Disruptor shot, finds one body shot onto the Hanzo. That's going to be about a great Bionate from Among Us, and that's going to take care of Sunset Appa as well as Doobie. Meteor Strike will come down at about, Shields there to block some damage, but you can only block for so long. It's going to be some more meters here, but they've lost a couple of people here, Billy, already for DBHS.
Yep, and I mean, it's still in the neutral right now, so that's the good thing for DBHS. Now, Crescendo Valley, they still have this Continuing Rush and the Nano coming up online. They've got a 4-pack almost ready to go.
Let's see if they use any of them right here as the robot is there. There's going to be the Continuing Rush and a great Bionate as well. Lucio and the Soldier, and that Lucio has no chance whatsoever of living. Dragon Strike splits up the team for a couple of moments. Victus is now down, so opportunity here for DBHS, but that opportunity might just slip away. Gabablama still hitting shots. There's the Bionate up. There's a Nano Boost available as well, but they do not want to pick the Hanzo whatsoever. They back off.
Absolutely fabulous work for them to turn that fight in their favor. They only invest the 3 ultimates. So, and I say only because really it's 2.5 ultimates because the Meteor Strike is just basically a reposition. So, you get yourself out of a little bit of trouble, get back to your healer's arms. That's good stuff for them.
Riptire available for Gravy. You also have the Nano Boost for Among Us, most likely going to go onto the Doomfist here to see if that can find any picks. Now it's going to be the Nano Boost onto the Doomfist, seeing if this Rocket Punch can do anything. Misses everybody just a little bit to the left, but another great bio nade from Among Us, and Vixen, it only has the seismic slap away for one of them. Now, Gravy has a little bit of bold maneuvers, if you will, and gets punished for it in front of the application matrix. It's going to be the Gravitic Flux. Will Aki be able to save anything here? Looking for the Ana to see if that Ana can go down. That Ana's up in the air. That's going to be enough damage. It won't be for right now. And Sunset Alpha's able to find Gaba Blama. But at the same token, it's the runaround game here, and Sunset Alpha's going to make sure they have a chance at this fight with 3 kills, making a 4th, and it's going to be a good wipe here from DBHS as they take it back.
Yep, and I mean, they're going to have lots to deal with here. They're going to have both their DPS ultimates. They've got a sound barrier at their back. Grapey with a beautiful grenade, though. That mine is exactly what they needed to turn the aggression against them. Grapey doing it again!
Grapey does it again. Gaba Blama also getting a headshot kill as well. The Tom's has been absolutely on fire. The DPS combining for all 5 of the final blows on this one, and we only have so much time left to go on this map. And in fact, it's still CV Falcon with less than 4.
Once again, it's Convolt that I've got my eye on right now. This Tac Visor needs to be huge. They need to get themselves into a flank position. Maybe go behind. There's so many avenues that you can go behind and get behind this team.
Aki switches on over from the Sigma into the Diva instead, seeing if they can get more up in their faces from what they are right now. But like you said, Convolt having the tactical visor available to them, and now we'll see if anything else gets popped. It is going to be a sound barrier, but it's Ajax. Newbie goes down before it. Vixus gets that kill before the sound barrier gets popped. It's also going to be the tac visor out. They switch that up for a couple of moments here, and Vixus now has that Nano Boost. Run while you can, Convolt, because you are just going to die in the end. The robot gets back to midfield. It ain't going to even matter. TV Falcon's back on the attack.
I mean, the Ajax right there just completely devalues the entire fight, and that is so unfortunate. It was actually in their favor until it wasn't, and now they're going into 3 ultimates, including a tire. These tires have been huge, as well as these antis coming in from Among Us.
It's going to be a great bio nade for right now. They're hanging out. They're going to go ahead and take a little bit more meters. Difference is the Fox to 24 meters right now. Dragon Strike comes down the lane and actually pushes the Diva in front of it, but it's not enough to do damage as they get out of it for right now. They back off, they regroup. Not a bad strategy for here as they go underneath the bridge, but in a small corner like this, it's going to be the Doomfist taking absolute advantage of this. This Diva still wants to go. This Diva still wants the green light, but Gaba Blama taking care of Convolt says, wait just a minute, you're not going to get that for right now as they rotate back.
Self-destruct coming online. They don't have a defensive ultimate to be able to get away from that. The only thing is just Suzu that might keep them up in the middle of it.
For right now, you have the Diva just diving right into the rest of the team. The Hanzo's not having a lot of comfort, and in fact, this Ana is just going to waste away thanks to the hands of Aki. But Gravy still doing it. Gravy still doing Junkrat things with the concussive blast, concussive mine and all. And right behind them, you have the Riptire available. Not going to use it because the Immortality Shield is still available to you. What isn't available to you now is a Meteor Strike, and Vixus is able to find 1 and 2, and the Falcons keep advancing.
Thank you for proving me wrong, Vixus. This is exactly what you need to do. You need to be extra hyper-aggressive and have people go in with you and your DPS to make the shots, and that's exactly what's happened so far.
Sunset Alpha still finds a way to get out of that with only a couple minutes left to go here. It's only 90 seconds remaining on the clock. Riptire is available for Gravy, but you got to make sure that you get rid of the Immortality Shield, if that most likely. Trying to jump on top right now. It's still a matter of who's going to get the first pick, and it's going to be Aki getting Loudwin down, and the Doomfist down as well. Means that this Riptire will not get used yet again, but 4 ultimates online for the CV Falcons as DBHS tries to advance on.
This is actually brilliant from the ones coming in from Among Us and an anti on top of it.
Anti comes up as well, but it's not going to be enough to force them out for right now. It is going to be the recontest here with a minute left to go. Very well could be final fight territory. Watch out for the Hanzo. Has the Dragon Strike available. Don't let it get Ethan at the same time. There's going to be the self-destruct, and there's going to be the innate at the same time is great, but Aki gets the self-destruct kill. It ain't even going to matter. 3v1 for the ultimate, and CV Falcon on the last fight territory in the advantage.
Bring out a Winston here. Bring out a Winston. Go hyper-aggressive on the back line. See what you can get done. See if you can build up to an early primal rage, because right now you're getting beat in that aggression department, and Vixus is the epitome of said aggression.
Technically, they're having to be used already for that entirety of that disruptor shot. Convolt's able to get rid of Among Us, and now it's going to be the Dragon Strike that gets him to the second floor. I don't know if the Soldier's in a whole lot of good positioning for that Dragon, which is able to find Convolt. Here's the final fight. 7 seconds left to go. If they're going to force this out, overtime out, they're going to have to be perfect. They might even have a chance to get an overtime as Vixus is able to take care of Newbie. It is the overtime clock. but they got to find some kind of miracle to do so and tie this game up. For DBHS, they want to try to advance the Sun. They're having a little bit of trouble doing so.
Completely enabling Vixus, getting all the resources in. That's a huge rush.
That's a huge T-10 rush, but it's against the walls of an application matrix, and Convo brings out
the tire coming in.
Will run on out, and the Rip tire is gone. So now no more ultimates on the board. It's a dry fight on either side as we approach the last 30.
This is where the rubber meets the road right here. DBHS actually has a chance to get to butt scratch because the overtime respawns are going to be so much longer. They know the routes that they're going to be coming in.
Aki's already got down Grapey. That's big for them, and now the Doom is falling to half health. Already has to go ahead and
oh no!
Away, but a big pick onto Sunset off on another bigger pick onto Strike 2 as well. The CV Falcons are looking very good to tie this one up. The separation 15 meters, and that is the lead that they would need to go ahead and win out this fight. Aki though is able to take care of Gabablama. Now the fight continues on, and it's a slid dart onto the baby Diva. The overtime clock bleeds away, and it's going to be CV Falcon taking us from a 1-3 to a 1-2 series as we are tied at 1 apiece.
Yep, that is Crescenta Valley really showing their wares there in full display. And they just decided, you know what, everybody else can go get their own heals. We're gonna keep Vixus alive throughout the entirety of this map, and that's exactly what they did. So I mean, look at this showstopper. Wow, it is a showstopper. I mean, Sunset Appa is a showstopper. I love what I'm seeing here from them, but it's just not enough. And I don't know what else they could have possibly done other than getting off of the Soldier 76 and having some kind of mitigating factor to deal with the Junkrat, because the Junkrat was just getting so much work done, and the coordination between the Junkrat, between Gabalama, and then Vixus, those three, that's a three-headed Cerberus coming at you, and if you get one, the other two snap on you from the other side.
Yeah, it's a good play overall there from CBHS. Crescenta Valley gets their first point. We go to a 1-2 now, essentially, because both teams have 1 point on the board. And this is the closest, I will say it first and foremost, it's the closest we've gotten all day long. At least both of the teams have 1 point on the board. Will it be a 3-1? Will it be a 3-2? Who the heck knows at the end of this as we go on to our next map, which will be Escort. And I do not have to say for the first time ever that this may be the final map, because it won't be. Escort has Junkertown, Circuit Royale, Dorado, Havana, Rialto, and Shambali Monastery inside of its map pool. So no Route 66 and some others as well that I'm forgetting off the top of my head. But either way, for Escort for now, I mean, hey, it's time for DBHS to go ahead and take their pick. What do you think they do?
Well, I mean, I was going to say that I would love to go to Dorado, but it looks like we're going to go ahead to Circuit Royale instead.
All
so
right.
we're going to Monaco, and
Yes,
Aki likes playing the Sigma. So here's the thing, though. They're going to some place that Gabalaba might have a bit of an edge on with the Hanzo that we just saw. You are tempting fate, Diamond Bar. You are tempting fate, and I'm here for it. I'm completely here for it. You think your Sigma composition is better than the Hanzo coming from Crescenta Valley? Yeah, bring it on. Give me all the drama. Give me all the fights.
Yeah, you wonder, too, if Vixus is going to be able to play this Doomfist that we saw in Colosseo as well as back on Nepal earlier on. But instead, Sigma heavy map. You and I both know this, where it's going to be Sigma. It's running into a Hanzo, which Gabablama should have no problem at all playing here unless somebody gets right into their face or hit more headshots. You'd also think to see a Widowmaker. I know we saw Pine on Widowmaker last time on the Escort map that we had earlier on. And I don't think, I mean, we played Circuit Royale. We played Havana. Havana was Pine. Which we saw that last game on. So in Circuit Royale, I mean, Widowmaker is even more of a possibility here for both of these teams. Sure. And even then, Sojourn, we saw Sojourn come out for these teams too. So who knows? Either way, this is the long-range sighted map. We know Sigma. But I want to talk about the healers first, because I know we saw Baptiste on either side. Will we be seeing Lucy, or do you think Zenyatta is still to play here?
Depends on how you want to go. I mean, the other person that or the other hero that we kind of left out there is Ashe. And if Ashe comes into the fray, then I think we see a Mercy come in here and get that damage boost and get that 195 per headshot with the damage boost onto it. So there are differing levels of what you can do here, but I think coming in with the Hanzo if you go double sniper here, I would be all for that. I just think that they need to do something to contain Vixus right now. That's the big thing for me, is if they can contain Vixus, we should be able to deal with it.
Let's see right here, and no swaps that we can talk about. However, the sides have been picked. DBHS. I actually believe that this is going to stay on the same side. So DBHS will stay on the defensive side. CVHS will be on the attacking side. Don't know if that's going to stick because you would think that the winning team would try to be on the defensive side, and CVHS is the winning team. You would think they'd start on the defensive side, but maybe they want to throw a curveball, maybe go an attacking side first. Who knows? At this point, as we're checking for teams are ready to go here, and mind you, while we wait here, there's a lot to be talked about here in Season 8 with the new hero coming out, Manga getting tanked and already getting a nerf with the chain gun damage going down from 5 to 4. The number of shots on the incendiary chain guns to ignite enemies increased from 10 to 15. So big nerf already. And then you talk about the cage fight ultimate duration reduced from 10 to 8. Otherwise, everybody else gets their own kind of nerf buff situation, if you will, with the rest of this early patch in Season 8. So I mean, I'm surprised more or less that I know you and I were talking about it before on what DBS I should play when we were playing our ranked game earlier on between games. Pulse pistols for Tracer getting increased. You would think you'd see a lot more Tracer in this meta.
Why are we not playing dive right now? That is my big question. And I mean, seriously though, I think that, you know, for maybe the age group right now, dive is not as easy to do.
Yeah.
So I think that's it. I think that's a big difference between age and, you know, competitive experience. I mean, I know that you know, contenders players or some of them are at this age. So I mean, I can't, you know, 100% put it on that, but I think it's familiarity with the game and where you're sitting at as far as your SR, where your rankings at.
Yeah.
And your comfortability, you know, with those dive heroes, because they do take a lot of coordination. I just think that it would lend itself to this arena. But you know, for this map specifically, I like what I'm seeing ish from the defense. I mean, you can play a soldier here. You're going to have the spot healing. I think that you need the Zenyatta. I think that would also be helping to take care of Vixus on this Doomfist, because there's times where he was chunked down so low. If you would have had that Discord orb on him, he would have been melted, and it would have given him room for pause.
Yeah, CV Falcon's going to be the first one to attack. DBHS was the loser of that last map. They picked Circuit Rail. CV Falcon, though, staying on the attacking side. So this is a little bit more of a curveball situation. See if what they want to do. But Gabablama still stays on the Hanzo, so watch out for this. They have Sunset up on the Circuit. So really no different from what we saw back on Colosseo. So see who this pays off for in the end in these long sight lines. Now you can see Gabablama kind of rotating around to the staircase. Excuse me, as the staircase Hanzo will be right there, but the shield's just going to block us for a couple of moments. Disruptor shot is here. They're pushing the payload, yes, but they're really not getting any picks or damage on. And now the Doomfist is going to dive right into Creasy. Doesn't matter. Creasy gets stunned out. And now a great bio nade onto the top as well. Gets 3 people. Still not going to be enough with the immortality field shattered and gone. And Gabablama, look at the health. Still so low. But it's able to find their way back into the rest of the team. Convo, though, is able to get lots to win, but it's trade for trade on the support side. Now another good bio nade. Among Us has been so good with these bio nades. Too bad the damage has still been there for DBHS, as it's just 3 people left to go around the corner.
Yep, now's a good time, especially with that accretion out. I mean, for DBHS right now, you know, they have no point presence right now. Yeah, they don't have a way to get in and out of these fights. They're kind of static. And Convo needs to get the work done. Oh my god, another massive bio nade coming in.
Great bio nade. Among Us takes care of Convo, so the payload gets free. Distance will go around the corner, but here's the difficulty now. It's the elevation that we will see here from the second point to the first point, but somebody still has to touch in the meanwhile. Otherwise, this is just a free point here for CV Falcon, as now we're going to see maybe somebody drop.
Oh my god!
Left. Somebody's got to get there, and Aki goes down early, which means it's just a free point. 5 minutes left to go as it's 2.5 added to the bank.
This is going from bad to worse for Diamond Bar right now, and the reason why is they don't have a way to cleanse these antis coming in. Akitiko would be absolutely advantageous here for them. Sunset Appa has the overclock online. You got the window as well, so I think that, you know, it might be time to go with 2, but that's a massive nano.
That's a massive nano, and it's even better for the kills as you get rid of both of the DPSs, and the immortality field already having to be wasted. To turn this fight would need a miracle here, because all this is right now is CV Falcon getting more space.
That's going to be Aki going down. Yeah, there was no place for him to go. No speed, disengage there, no saves. I mean, this is just this is a little bit of hard-headedness, if I can, you know, say that. Look at the composition you're going into. You have to deal with this. You have to deal with the Doomfist right now.
Let's see, the overclock will get popped, seeing if you can deal with anything else but the Doom Fist, and it will. It'll deal damage to everybody. One of each throw gone, and by one ultimate, maybe a second one as well. Actually, that's 3 ultimates being popped, the overclock, the Amp Matrix, and the Sound Mirror. But that's enough for DBHS to put up a fence for the first time.
Yeah, but now you're going to be going into Dragon Strike and the tire combo. I mean, can you imagine what Vixus is going to get done with this next Kitsune Rush? I mean, really, they don't have much other than maybe the Junkrat spam coming in. They'll come out at a double rate of fire. But, I mean, for Convol, this is where you have to be cognizant of where Vixus is. Know when they have that seismic slam coming in. Once you see that come out, go behind him and take care of it.
See what happens here. Dragon Strike is going to come all sorts of down the lane. Immortality Field is going to save you for a little while. Vixus, though, doesn't have the benefit of an Immortality Field and will go down right away. Convol's going to go ahead and use the Tactical Visor and gets both of the supports, and it is going to be DBHS winning out this fight. Grapey's just going to hide in the shadows for right now, but what a hold from DBHS.
Exactly what they needed. Exactly what they needed. Oh my god, that's a small room, then Empowered Train! He got him in the trap, but no avail. With a sliver of health, Aki stays alive. By the way, swapped over to a Doomfist of their own. I do not hate the mirror, and look at that. Gabalama now knows that they can go in with an Ash because there isn't a shield. There isn't the kinetic grasp to eat up the dynamite. They're looking for free AoE damage.
See if they can get it so far, about to 30%. And remember, folks, the ultimate percentages gets changed. If you were at earlier before, if you would switch characters above 25%, you get up to 25%. Now it's 15. That's a beautiful seismic slash to the rest of the team, and a great Bionate to pair alongside of it. And now you also have a great Meteor Strike to pair alongside that. That's gonna punch on down, and Vixus might have just gotten the pot key right then and there. The Riptire just for security. It's just to get rid of the Baptiste, and CV Falcon advances. Beautiful play from the Falcons.
3.5 minutes as well, Keegan. So this has gone from really bad to way worse. And for Aki, I mean, we haven't seen a change from the DPS. We haven't seen a change from the support line. Kiriko, seriously, Kiriko will help you get rid of these antis.
Kiriko's going to be big here if they decide to still swap onto it, but instead they decide to keep on playing with this. Another big Bionate, but that's only going to land on one of the Sunset Alpha. Now this is going to be an Ana boost alongside of an Empowered Rocket Punch that gets stunned out for a couple of moments. So no longer will Vixus have the opportunity to jump right in. Instead, DBHS has the opportunity to win this around the corner. Another big Bionate that'll land up onto Aki for right now as they back away for a couple of moments. And it's just going to be another big kill here for CV Falcon. That Ash is getting free reign, and you were saying it earlier, when the Ash gets the dynamite off, it's looking pretty good. However, Convol then gets the Helix Rockets killed. It's more or less going to be a backup situation.
I mean, we're looking at still being contested here. I mean, Vixus feels absolutely empowered right now, and I mean, on the back of a tire coming in here from Grapey, this could turn the tenor of this entire attack phase on its head.
Riptire used only once here so far. A second one could very well be used, but it's spotted out. Grapey has to back away for rain now. The Doomfist is all the way in this back line. And look at the health bars for CV Falcon, all so low. And even lower, Grapey sends back to the spawn room here. No Junkrat push, and you just gotta wait.
How does Aki live? Antied, you had the empowered block. That's the only thing keeping you alive. I guess that they invested the lamp there to keep him up and get the healing resources back onto him. But my God, there's no reason why he should have lived.
Let's see if they can keep this going here. 1 minute and 40 seconds left to go on the clock, and that Bionade yet again, and somehow Aki escapes. I do not know how. It's the same thing.
Sunset!
Here, and now it's Sunset Alpha just going to go ahead and use the overclock to their well advantage. 3 kills, make it a 4th one here for this entire team. Yeah, you get the Rocket Punch kill. That doesn't speak the volumes of Sunset Alpha.
Okay, we have taken 2 minutes off the time bank here as we entered Hotel Arche here in on the French Riviera. And I mean, they're no closer to getting us around this first corner. Now they've got high ground established. With that Amp Matrix ready to go, you're going to be able to pour down so much damage.
Well, let's see. Rocket Punch misses for right now. There's going to go ahead and beat the Bob. And for this team, you don't have a Sleep Dart to hold on to instead either. Aki's going to go ahead and meet right in the face of Bob to get an Empowered Punch. See if this does it. It is. That's a huge Empowered Punch to get rid of it and use the Meteor Strike to get away as well. And this Ash is just left alone to their own devices as the Zoom just runs away. DBHS with another Stonewall defense.
You invested the Tap Visor in there as well. Didn't get a lot done, but I mean, a lot of collateral damage on the back of it. I mean, this nano engage should be huge for Among Us. They don't have really anything to defend against it other than their speed to disengage.
Only 2 ultimates on the board are going to be the Nano Boost and the Keystone Rush. This might be a big fight here, and the Doomfist stuck in the middle. Doesn't have a rocket punch for right now. We'll get a little bit of empowered with that power block. We'll see if it results to anything right now. Again, the Doomfist stuck. Power block saves them for a couple of moments, and it's going to be the Seismic Slam up top, and it's also going to be a Nano Boost onto the Doomfist up top as well. There's the Keystone Rush out from Lodgman. Is this going to result to anything? No. What a kite-off from DBHS for right now to reset the rest of the group. Grey Beast got Aki, though, so this could be the fight they want.
It's exactly what they needed. Now they're going to have the Meteor Strike to reposition, but I mean, you're coming up on another window here from Shrek. It really needs to be big for them. They need to get this online right now.
They get Grapey's able to get Sunset off, and the Immortality Field also gone as well. And that's a huge punch. Convo was trying to run up, but Convo gets caught out, especially with the Bionate from Among Us. And now this Baptiste's in so much trouble. There is nobody left alive to even touch this point. CV Falcon going uno dos adios, completing the entire map on Circuit Royale, the streets of Monaco. Right at the end of prime time, the Falcons complete it.
That was a brilliant minute-and-a-half push that we saw from Crescenta Valley. That was absolutely perfectly done. They invested heavy, and they invested, more importantly, early, Keegan. That's the big thing, is that they didn't wait for the perfect time to go. They just said, you know what, we're going to go ahead and go on tempo, and we're going to see what Vixus can get done. Well, Vixus got a lot of work done, but really, the star of this map was Among Us. Among Us was absolutely huge. The nades were incredible. And Vixus able to clean on the back of them. I mean, there's nothing they can do unless they decide to pull out a Kiriko. They are absolutely in trouble. And yeah, I'm not sure what I think about this. I mean, they don't have the hit scan. I mean, Among Us will now be onto the Baptiste, so that'll be the aerial patrol, as it were. But this is actually a very interesting composition coming in from Crescenta Valley. This could be actually something very, very empowering. And Vixus is actually going back to the meta pick. Oh no.
And it goes back to the Sigma instead. The Doomfist has been pretty good, but they want to say otherwise, at least on this first point. Sigma comes out. You've also got, I guess, Don't Fix What's Not Broken, except for maybe the tank is Vixus moves on over here, but they go off with the pharmacy combination instead, opting for the Soldier and the Sojourn yet again. But this time, DBHS knows better. They take the Kiriko instead to see if Among Us was going to go to the Ana, but too bad, so sad. Gabablama has gotten already some range, and Newbie with the crew knife able to get rid of Gabablama with this huge no res from either side. There's no mercies there. Immortality Field used, and now it's a 1v1 straight. However, good side of DBHS, you take that considering that your spawn are in your favor right now as the scrum fight continues on. And this is just going back and forth here, Billy. Really no clear winner for right now.
No, not at all. I mean, this is all going to be about pushing, pressure, and tempo. How can you go in? And it's going to be up to the two Sigmas right now to see who gets the better of it. Aki has showed us a very good Sigma so far.
Aki gets rid of the Immortality Field, so Among Us having to wait a couple of more seconds before that's even available. So the push that they want happens here. Both of the shields falling oh so low. Already have to use the kinetic grasp just to find some semblance of stability. But look how far they are pushing this up. It's going to drive the entire time. The Admatrix around the corner. Not big enough though for the rest of this team as Aki finds two onto Among Us and Gravy. They tied off with the Admatrix right now. I don't think it's enough damage anyways here. And Aki gets 4 final blows. And the Sigma for DBHS allows them to get 2.5.
Yeah, you better hope that Ludon can get out. Yeah, they do get out with their life, but look at this Flux already ready. Vixus back over to the Doomfist that they had so much success on.
Aki has the good Flux available now. Yes, you're right, but that's a lot of ultimate percentages gone as well because Vixus now only down to 20%. They do get the trade-off for the main healers, so is Among Us and Trek, both going down. So it's the Kiriko Pro versus the Kiriko heals at this point in time. Viridic Flux is available though for Aki. See if they decide to use it in this fight. Now we'll use the Kitchen Rush out and about. Kitchen Rush will trade, and now it's going to have to be the Q.
Massive.
And it is massive. It does help out Sunset off of find the kill on Grapey at the same time. And this overclock might have just come up big. Aki pushes this forward, and yeah, the Doomfist is swapped, but Aki has something else to say about it.
Oh my god, and just barely gets out with their life. Among Us is going to be under some serious pressure here. And they're going to already around the hairpin corner. 4:15 on the clock, BT Dubs. That's another massive day. Look at that. There we go. Suzu immediately.
Yes, Suzu for right now. Among Us is back on the honor for right now. Application Matrix is big. Sleep Dart big through it though, but is it going to make enough of a difference? As the App Matrix is still up. Somebody's got to contest this if they want to contest it now, but no, they won't. 90 seconds added, and it's 5.5 for DBHS to push this up.
That is absolutely incredible. I mean, this could be a speed run here on their attack. And look at that. Helix, oh my God, gets out with their life. They've got this attack visor online. I think that you wait for the Kitsune Rush, and you know how fast that can go.
See right now, 5 minutes left to go to push this around the corner. Dragon Strike is going to cut the corner here, see if that splits up the team. It does so for right now. Gabba is going to have to come up with a lot of big more shots other than just the immortality field here. And now it's going to be that auto boost onto the Doom Fist. This resulted in something big last time, but Sunset Alpha getting rid of Grape, he might even be bigger than that here as they're just taking down the Sigma, but I think you're going for the wrong target here, my friend. Gravitic Flux is going to get up, and it's massive. That's 2 people inside of it, and the Ana and the Ana both go down. It's a slam down for Aki as the payload goes into the home stretch.
This is bad. This is bad right now. They have got no regrets. And Aki is filling their oats right now.
Fueling it goes, 14%. DBHS has 2 ultimates coming up on 3 and 4. DB Falcon coming up on 2 of their own with 1 already available with that Riptire. But that Riptire is going to have to be something massive, and that Disruptor shot keeping them out. Guys, somebody has to touch here, and that window of opportunity is going down so low. There's protection to out for right now. Gavin Lama is able to touch for right now. There is going to be a lot of ultimates being thrown out. Which one is the difference maker? It might just be the Riptire. Down to the final meter left to go. Ethan Rush is still out though for DBHS, and DB Falcon might have just slammed the door on them with Gravy getting 2.
163 meters. You've got the overclock coming into this fight. You've got a window as well. Aki is already over halfway to the next Gravitic Flux, absolutely farming this out. The big thing for them right now, for Crescenta Valley, is that they've got this Kitsune Rush online. That is the big kicker right now, that they are going to be able to really aggress on the back of.
Well, power block's already stopped by the hands of the Accretion, so Vixus has nothing going on here. Meanwhile, for Stevie Falcon, only working on 1 ultimate with the Kitsune Rush available to them. Great punch, by the way, that gets them 5 stunned down, but nobody able to follow up for right now. There's going to be the Application Matrix for that straight it out for the Nano Boost right away, and Vixus just punches them, slams them down, and will get even more picks. The Nano Boost on Vixus has been successful as Vixus finds 4.
That is incredible work from them right now. This Ana Doomfist combo showing just their absolute fangs there as they sink in to the DBHS front line, and everything goes on the by the way of it. And now Kitsune Rush ready to go still. The reposition available, but this flux could be huge. 2:30 on the clock.
The Valley trying to find some semblance here to keep the defense is going. The Meteor Strike is going to get popped, and the Meteor Strike stays up there for right now. Vixus 1 health, doesn't get out, and that could very well be big. Kitsune Rush might have to be popped here in the early stages to make sure that this team stays alive, but they back up for right now. They back this part up far enough to where it makes a difference. There is the Riptire available, and a Sleep Dart onto Aki all the way up top. Kitsune Rush is out there for right now. TP's away with the switch step, and now Gavin Lama is going to go ahead and pop the overclock to make some semblance of a difference. Don't even need the Riptire if you're going to hit shots, which for the shield purposes right now doesn't even matter. There is the block, there is the immortality field. I don't think they notice that one is on the side here. The Kiriko steps away, but no more immortality field means they're at a disadvantage for the moment.
Riptire ready to go. Here comes the, oh, that's aggressive coming through.
Oh, that's the Kitsune Rush out, and that's the protection to use before the Bionade. Is that going to even make a difference, though? Application Matrix is out. It's going to have to be the Riptire to make some kind of difference. Riptire comes out, 1.32 meters left to go. Somebody's got to touch. It can't be the Riptire. The Riptire gets 1, but that doesn't matter with 90 seconds left on the clock. DBHS also going uno dos. Adios on Circuit Royale. The difference, 90 seconds. DBHS with 2.5. CV Falcon with 1 minute as we go into the next round.
Did you see how much work Newbie got done with the Kiriko? Once they completely devalued those anti-nades from Among Us, that is exactly what they needed to do. And it gave them a foothold here in Monaco. Now, what do they do in their defense? What do they do now? How are they going to stop Vixus? I say bring the Sombra out. I say make Vixus's life a living nightmare. And see what you can get done.
Well, they're still going to pull out the same thing, the Baptiste Kiriko. So, yeah, no Sombra to talk about. Vixis, when they had the nano boost, has been so efficient. You would wish you had the numbers when the nano boost was available to them from Among Us, and Among Us has been doing such good work. Newbie finally switching on over to that and gives DBHS a big advantage on that Kiriko. So now with a minute left to go, the times will swap just a little bit, where CV Falcon only has a minute left to go. Overtime clock will happen no matter what. And they have to stay on the payload no matter what. They don't get any additional time. For DBHS with that minute and a half, that very well could make a difference, as we see CV Falcon going to be on the Widowmaker to start, or is this just a bait?
I mean, you needed to get something early. You need to be able to reposition, get behind the shielding, and see what you can get done. This is extremely important for them to get something done here in the very big interim. Grapey so low already.
Falling low for right now. Cabablama already at 8%. Aki up to 13%. You can see the difference right now. When that Doomfist doesn't really have a way to engage, it makes things a little bit harder knowing you're up against the Sigma here, waiting for some kind of opening, and there's the opening you might just need, as Sunset Alpha does go down. It's the Sigma that has to back off, and no chances either. Gabablama hits another body shot, and with only a minute of use here on this timeback, it might very well just be CV Falcon winning this first fight.
I mean, they've got the heals going on. Aki's holding their ground, so they're not completely out of it. Big Suzu coming through.
Big Susan comes through for right now. You do have the power block for the moment, and there's the trap inside this free raid right around. However, Sunset Alpha switches on over to the Sombra instead, and they might have just heard you trying to make this Doomfist life a living nightmare as Gabablama goes down. 3 health bar falling oh so low. Gabablama has to switch on over to the Soldier instead. But guys, somebody has to touch, and that's not the way to do it. Vixis runs around the corner with a seismic slam, but because of that, nobody's touching the point, and 77 meters is the answer for 2.5 minutes for DBHS to go in the lead.
I called for a Sombra. I received a Sombra. And guess what happened when we got the Sombra? Immediately, things started going downhill for Crescenta Valley. Now, Diamond Bar, you've got 2.5 minutes. 77.13 meters is the line to get to. Can you do it? That's the question. Gabalama showed us that they have the sniper. I mean, we knew about it with the Hanzo, but the Widowmaker was just as good.
You cannot understate how big this point is, especially going into the rest of the maps. 2 more maps left to go if we get tied up, or if 1 more map for the winning team here. 2.5 meters. This seems like a little bit more manageable, but the way TBHS pressed up earlier, we might be only seeing 1 fight, Billy, because they just pushed up for so much space in their very first attack that they got it with 5.5 minutes.
Yep, and I think that they go aggressive again. They may actually try this. I'm not even looking at them now. I'm not talking to them right now. Gabalama, though, has brought out the Soldier 76, and I don't hate it. It's consistent damage. Mungus has got to be huge, though. Oh, wait. We got to disconnect.
Wait. We got to
disconnect.
There's got to be a pause here, I think.
Yeah, they're calling for it.
They got to call a pause. I mean, this is really big that they disconnected right here. So that's 7 seconds gone from the clock already, and that's massive for them, because you lose out on a very quick 7 seconds because everybody was calling for a pause. I mean, that's unfortunate here. You can't really reset it because it's not the start of the game. It's the second round already.
Okay, so looks like he is going to be rejoining here. So, I mean, you know, it'll be what, another 5 seconds. You'll be able to pick in, get your character loaded in. Yeah, you're going to lose about 15 seconds of this 2.5 minute time bank that you've got built up here. And up ping looks like a ping issue. Yep. So ping I mean, that happens, especially West Coast, because of the distances. Yep. They can be absolutely nasty. There we got the ready up from all teams. So we're going to go right back into our map. Thank goodness that did not happen in the middle of the attack phase. That makes me feel very, very nicely. Yeah. So I mean, but they're still showing us this pharmacy look here with the Sombra. I mean, you can cleanse a hack. So I think that their target has to be Lodwan on the Kiriko or Vixis to stop the power punch from coming in.
Yeah, very fortunate that they didn't lose out on any percentages. Aki, though, going on to the Wrecking Ball instead from the looks of it after they get a first look at it. They can rearrange their strategy. Same thing for the other side, though. It's going to be the Wrecking Ball slamming down already, and it's sled. Aki's in so much trouble, and it has to just try to get out. Sunset Alpha also getting bionated out, too, so a really, really bad start. But Rapey goes down, so the advantage you want is here. They trade out for right now, as nobody's able to get rid of this pharmacy already at 50%.
Yeah, I mean, and we're at 152, so I mean, you're thinking, you know, a law of averages right now. They should be able to get this barrage online and out before anything else can happen. That's a huge pick!
That's a huge pick, and another huge pick for Sunset off at the same time. And now Convol might not having to have to do more work than this. This Doomfist has to run away for right now, but I don't think this Doomfist gets out with her life, although maybe, but still, only a couple of meters left to go. Down to the final 20, it will stand. Vixus is somehow still alive, may just be the final hope here. And now Grapey is gone. Final 10-meter stretch, and this Doomfist is gonna have to find a miracle and a half in the final minute left to go. The Immortality Field already having to use 1,200. The difference, and Gavin Lama taking care of Sunset off, but can they find more out of this? Grapey switching them over to the far themselves. It's gonna be fast enough here. They have the barrage, but the barrage
They got killed!
The barrage is useless here, and Vixus is able to take care of Numi. When I said it's a miracle, that might have just happened.
53 seconds left on the clock. You've got the window coming up. You've got Attack Visor and a Kitsune Rush ready to go. 45 seconds here. I mean, you might be able to get up to this blade, and the mines are ready to go. That could actually be the kicker.
They have the mine. 1,200 as the payload moves back. Landmines is available. Won't get a chance to use it as a good comes with Blast. Takes it out of it for the moment. Application makes sure to straighten that out for right now. There's going to be the Tactic Visor from the back line, but it's ultimates all over the place. The landmines have gotten two proximity mines, might have just been the winner here. Sunset off of those, able to get a kill, and the landmines get it all. 21 seconds on the clock, and it's going to be Diamond Bar headed to championship point.
Okay, I've got to get my heart out of my throat. That was way too close. And we've had a disconnect. We've had the sleeps. We've had ultimates canceled. Vixus getting it done for Crescenta Valley. And then the counter picks come through. We've seen a mirror Doomfist as well. But Aki showing their class on the Sigma is the way to go. And now they are sitting on championship point. Crescenta Valley, they are absolutely up against it right now, my friend.
Yeah, they are up against the final walls closing on in here. However, that's not to say that they're out of it yet. Just yet. Remember, last two maps have been picked by the loser, and the loser has turned it around. This CVHS had to go and pick on Colosseo. They would win that map. Escort-wise, Circuit Royale was DBHS's pick, and they would go ahead and win this map. So Hybrid's going to be the big one here, the decider map potentially for CVHS to bring this all the way back to one more control map. Now, Hybrid can tie, so we may see map 6. Who the heck knows what's going to happen there? But maybe in game number 4, CVH will turn their favors around. As for the maps, there is only 4 available here. Blizzard World, Midtown, Paraíso, and of course the classic known as Scrims Row, aka Kings Row, as we so lovingly call it, Scrims Row. But who the heck knows? 4 maps to play out here, Billy. For CVHS, you like to play right up in front of their faces with that Doomfist. What the heck do you pick here?
I think you go Blizzard World. I think that you go Blizzard World because the other part of that is Gabalama. And I think that Gabalama wants to play the Ashe. And Ashe thrives point A, point B, point C on Blizzard World. I think that you get a little bit stymied out being able to play that hero in Kings Row. Also, the Hanzo gets stymied out in Kings Row as well. So those are the two that we've seen them play. Grapey will be able to play wherever they want to play because they're consistently showing us the Junkrat. I think it's where Gabalama and Vixus can get the most work done. I think that's where they need to pick for them. So we'll see where we go. I think that Blizzard World is the best choice for them, given what they've showed us so far today, Keegan.
Well, who knows? I mean, we still got plenty of action left to go here. One more map at the very least for Hybrid. Who the heck knows what they're going to pick? Like you said, maybe Blizzard World is the pick here. Or, I mean, if they pick Kings Row, it's very comfort pick for both sides. I know some teams like you and I both know that this is a game where this is a map where everybody likes to play just to try out something here. You know, it's called Scrims Row for a reason. You change based on what the feeling is, what the meta could be, see if it works out on the big one. And in fact, I believe the map we are going to is El Clasico of all the maps available here. Kings Row is where we are headed next, my friend, what very well could be the final map of the entire day.
I mean, Vixus is going to have a lot of problems here. I mean, you can get in and out. High ground it will be easily attained with a seismic slammer and the uppercuts. I mean, you've got ways to get in and out. I think that's going to be Gabalama that's going to have the problems here as far as the DPS for Crescenta Valley. So Diamond Bar, you know, they might be thanking their lucky stars that this is where they're going because Aki can play the Sigma here I haven't seen a May. I think we saw a May there from Crescenta Valley on Nepal, but I haven't seen one come out from Diamond Bar. So I think that's what I want to see. Possibly go in with that. Maybe do the May Bastion. Maybe do a Bastion Symmetra. I mean, the sky is the limit here as far as compositions, because we know a lot of the compositions that can work here. So it all depends on what they feel comfortable with here, Keegan. And you know what? I mean, it is Scrims Row. Anything can happen here.
Yeah, anything can happen indeed. We have no clue what the compositions could be out of. In fact, we might only get hints so far just because, like you were saying, a May is a possibility. I mean, you've got the Doomfist here. Maybe not having the best of times, excuse me, but maybe having the best of times. I mean, who knows? This is the place where everybody knows this is where you figure it out. This is where you set your compositions.
Yep.
This is where you practice. This is where everything all culminates together. And the place where most teams practice will become maybe the final point that we will see in the entirety of this Play versus You Championship Day. We've seen Rockford Rampage and Sides Academy both go their sweeps at 3-0s, but for the first time ever, we will see hybrid, and we will be headed to Kings Row for what very well could be the final map on both ends. At CVHS, or rather, I should say CV Falcon, excuse me, looking to see if they can take us to a final map on Control, which, by the way, can't be the starting map of Nepal, obviously. So we might be seeing Lijiang Tower, Ilios Oasis, Antarctic Peninsula. Who the heck knows? But let's go into this game mode right now and see what they play out. No side, or from the looks of it, side swaps will stay the same. DBHS on your left, CV Falcon on the right. And for CV Falcon, I mean, pulls out the Widowmaker start. That's pretty usual, but for what I believe might be the first time here, Billy, which is pretty surprising, I think we see a Bastion in this series.
I mean, I don't hate it. And I see Convol going over to the Sojourn, so I mean, definitely wants to stay with them. They're both sticking with hit scans. It's just a different flavor of hit scan. And I think that's going to really create some problems here. And Vixis, you know, once that power block is gone and going into a Doom or going into a Bastion, that's going to be a problem. The fact that Aki has a shield and Vixis doesn't, that's going to be a problem. So, I mean, there might be some changes coming through here, and I like that we're going away a little bit from what we've shown the entire series.
Well, let's see what happens out here for these teams. CV Falcon needing the win to go ahead and take us to a map number 5. If not, TBHS becomes your champions of the Pacific region here in fall 2023. They'll go ahead and do the quick turn past the gates. They may wall just to protect them for a couple of moments. Nobody really falling low here so far. Vixis, though, falls down to half health. Someone's got to heal them up for right now. Grease is going to come out and misses everything. Maywall blocks them off for a couple of moments. And in fact, Aki's going to get just a couple of moments with that punch. But great play here with a lot of damage just being rained down. You can see the ultimate percentage. Fungus already up to 67. Lazarus at 64. For the big one, Aki at 77. Already 30% differential from what Vixis has. But are they even going to be able to build up to it, as they've already got 2 picks on both of the support and the Bastion for right now? If they back off, they could have another fight.
Yeah, I think that you back off here. And I think that you continue to move in. I mean, you've got the opportunity right now, but it's a go time if you do it at all.
Yeah, you got to go now. I don't think anybody's going to be able to touch here. Somebody has to touch Bastion. No, they take up way too much space and force out too much abilities here, where DBHS has to back off, and now the Sigma's a lot of trouble. But what a start here for CV Falcon. They seem a lot more confident.
They do, and I mean, they're running the May right now, so I mean, that's created just so much havoc for them. I mean, the wall's going to be there. That's a great kill. That's exactly what they needed.
What they need, though, because now they have the 5v4 scenario. Immortality field is up, and there's going to be the Gravitic Flux only getting the Kiriko for right now, but the Kiriko's not going to live much longer as the slam down does happen. They push them all the way up to the arc point, and you could argue that this is one of the hardest points to get through, especially on Kings Row. Plays on for right now. You've got 5 ultimates available to you. There's going to be the Blizzard that gets popped out to start, and that Blizzard's all over. That's 2 people inside of the backline. Vixis and Among Us both finding their picks thanks to the Blizzard. Gavin Lama will just go ahead and clean things up. Underneath the archway, they were stuck for just a couple of seconds before DBHS has pushed off.
I mean, 4.5 minutes, and they only have to invest the 1 ultimate into that fight. That is absolutely dirty and efficient. And now, I mean, where do you go? I mean, what do you do here if you're Diamond Bar? I mean, the Bastion is not getting the work done. Aki is going to show us their own Doomfist once again.
Let's see, the Meteor Strike comes out from Vixis. Is this going to find anything for right now? Vixis will land up not finding anything, but it's in the back line. Watch your backs, guys. You also have a Riptire right in front of your face. It's going to be 2 ultimates, 3 ultimates used here. Among Us uses the Matrix just for security's sake. And with 90 seconds coming onto the bar, this is going to be a big timeline here.
Oh my God. that is just gross. And now you're going to be looking at this Kitsune Rush. I mean, that should buy you first corner, maybe second corner as well.
You do have 4 ultimates to worry about for DB or for CV Falcon, though. You're looking down the barrel of an artillery and overclock and keeping a rush and an out matrix. See what gets invested first. It's going to be the keeping a rush that's invested, but CV Falcon dives away from that for right now. Cuts up before knowing that Victus is down in the back line. You have the power block and an empowered punch coming as well, but Aki falling oh so low now, and that's all about it. Just the fight over with one keeping a rush.
I mean, that's just the perfection. It's just perfection on their end. And I mean, look at it, they just kite away from the artillery strike.
Cut away for right now. Overclock is available. 2 ults to 2 ults here on either side. Among Us can build up that ult pretty fast for the application matrix, but a Blizzard holds on for right now, and that's a lot of trouble. But still, Convo with the disruptor shot. Gavin Llama actually back into the disruptor shot and dies to it and through the application matrix. A big win here as Convo doesn't even need to use Overclock. CV Falcon stopped.
Yeah, I mean, that was a great answer from Shrek right there. That app matrix was everything that they needed and actually helped build Convolt up to their overclock here. So, I mean, I don't hate the investiture right there. That's a really aggressive, really confident ult coming through. And then you you bypass the entirety of that Blizzard. So fantastic work from them.
That was a big stun for a couple of moments from onto Victus and Among Us, but so far so good here for CV Falcon. And another stun again, 3 people stunned inside of it, and Among Us can't even get away from it. What a big pump coming out from Aki Doomfist here, and even more kills coming forth as that power block isn't going to save you, my friend. CV Falcon shut on the door again.
All right, 3.5 minutes here as they, get themselves back into favor here. They get themselves recollected. I mean, you're still holding on to this overclock. I mean, really fantastic ultimate preservation here from DB. Now it's up to Crescenta Valley to be able to get in there and take care of the job.
Aki doesn't get away, though. Aki has to live for just a couple of moments, having to invest the immortality field, but also being invested at 836 names that's able to get rid of Loudsman to start us off. And just the picks will continue to fall. What turned into a great timeback for TV Falcon to start. DBHS is just going to melt away.
They're just holding out for the ultimate, though, Keegan. I think that's a big one. Oh my God! That is a massive disruption field.
It's also massive is a big kill onto Aki at the same time, though. So now the Kitsune Rush is going to get pulled out here from CV Falcon. Already having to use the protection suit just to save face for a couple of moments. There's the immortality field used, and the immortality field will not save Convo. Vixus is in the back line. No nano boost, no problem. 2 kills already, looking for another one. The swift step away, but now the payload in the home stretch.
Blizzard should win them the rest of this map, and especially with how forward Vixus is. You've also got the Riptire as well.
The punch actually lands on the Aki to start. The artillery strike is there. No escape for right now, and Among Us can't even get away from it. So the time's even going to be wasted away even more as the rundown begins. You've already got Among Us and the immortality field having to use. Aki does use the meteor strike. It's able to find Latchuin in the back line. And this Junkrat is just going to die to the hands of Aki yet again. Aki's been great on the Doomfist so far. Another 2 minutes left for CV Falcon.
I think that they need something to mitigate this upcoming Blizzard, though. Otherwise, bring out the Lucio. They need to be able to speed away from this incoming Blizzard, because the Blizzard plus the tire, I mean, this could be lights out for them.
Let's see, Blizzard, tire, immortality field, all on TV Falcon's side. DBHS having 3 of their own on the overclock, the Kitsune Rush, as well as the application matrix. 90 seconds away. We were down with 5 minutes and 15 seconds left to go. CV Falcon has wasted away 3 minutes and 45 seconds of the clock. We'll see if they can waste away even more. If you're a jump out, and now the Kitsune Rush at the same time. Gavin Llama's able to take care of Sunset Alpha, and now the Blizzard is out. Separates out the team for right now. Won't get anybody frozen, but is able to separate out Aki from the rest of the team. So the Kitsune Rush from DBHS goes for nothing. On both sides with the overclock as we get into the final fight. And Grapey is able to take care of Aki.
Oh no!
Good. Gavin Llama able to go ahead and take care of Newbie. The door is finally open. The app matrix is there. We'll see if that's going to turn out to be enough. 3 meters left to go. Overclock is there for Convo. Got to come up with something big. We'll miss a couple of shots. Won't be able to get the rest of it. 2 meters left to go. And CV Falcon wasting away a lot of the clock, but they still go uno, dos, adios. From leading the entire map of Kings Row, but my oh my, what a hold from DBHS.
Exactly what they needed. And it looks like Aki got pinged out again. So we're going to hope that they can get reestablished back into the game. There's the immediate pause. Good catch there from our back end. Thanks to our observer, Jaloff, and our producer, it's Goose. And Play Games Jamie on our production here tonight. Yeah, this is going to be a very challenging push here for this squad from DB. We need to see what they can get done. Oh no, their electricity went out. Oh
Oh
no.
boy, that is not good news for you if you're DBHS right now. You're losing a big chunk for you for right now, and if that means the power went out, oh my goodness. DBHS is in a whole lot of trouble here. Somebody better call the electric company for them, because this is oh boy, this is a really, really bad situation for the tank that has been very good. I mean, this has been a battle of two Goliaths between Vixis and Aki right now, because both have had their great highlights thus far.
I mean, they've been uh, really front and center. Oh no, it's a hard out
Oh boy.
too. Oh boy. So we'll see. He said he's coming back though. Okay. Excellent news
Okay.
from the beyond.
That also means that the internet's going to have to take a little bit of time as well. So, oh boy. I
Yep.
mean, this is going to be interesting here. So, I mean, for DBHS's side, they they melted away the time here. 50 seconds it was left, and remember the time started off with 5 minutes and 15 seconds. So to go ahead and deal 4 minutes and 25 seconds of really entirely good defensive holds up until that last fight, you got to feel pretty good if you're Diamond Bar right now.
I mean, just the fact that they got it under a minute, that's going to really hold good stead for them. I think that they look at that and maybe build on the back of it. I mean, the fact that Aki this time when they pull out the mirror actually gives Vixis room for pause. I think that's a really good area for them. So we will see. Once Aki gets themselves back into the server, as we wait for their internet to come back up and everything else. How do they deal with this incoming attack phase? I think that they need to do something. I think they need to go unorthodox here. I
Yep.
don't think the Bastion was good enough. And the reason why I say that is you can't pour into Vixis. There's too much support going into it. There's too much. They've got this power block down, so it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
It's gonna be good. I mean, we'll find out what comes up here for both of these teams as we get set for this matchup yet again. But we want to remind you that as Aki is joining, I mean, joining the game. You can join in on all of the action that comes up here for the spring 2024 season, as enrollment is now open. Go ahead and join us. As it is free to compete in. That's right, FREE, free to compete in. You can discover all of the opportunities that Play Versus has to offer, and get all of the details on the upcoming spring season only by visiting playversus.com. That is PLAYVS.com. Don't just watch. Just go ahead and join us and play. So again, we are just waiting for one more person to come on in here. And again, that's Aki that is just having a little bit of problems with their power, with their electricity. And it looks like Aki is actually back in the game here with capital letters saying sorry, but nothing you can do about a power outage, because that's just the electric company. So wherever Aki may stand, just go ahead and call the electricity company real quick, electric company, and find out if they can fix Aki's power just for the rest of this game, mind you, as it's been flickering on and off, as both sides look like they are ready to play out here. And again, 50 seconds on the clock, a very, very big time bank just wasted away from that 5 minutes and 15. Had to be real pretty good if you're DBHS, though. You feel like you could have had a little bit more of a defense underneath that archway. It just didn't happen for them. So it just turns out to be like this right now. And so for Aki, will come back into the game. And again, like you said, fortunate that it wasn't during the middle of a fight, or during the middle of the final fight, if you will.
Yeah, I mean that is some serious fortunate timing on the disconnections. It happened, for their overtime attack push. Now it's happened for their attack push here. Maybe they just don't want Aki to attack. Maybe they want Aki to, to be nice and not kill everybody. But we're gonna see how it's gonna come out here. Yeah,
Okay,
right.
this is a bait, right?
Yeah,
Surely.
right. It's a bait. It's a bait. But I mean, let's talk about what Gabalama did on the May. I mean, it had some pretty good walls. The blizzards were pretty decent. I think that the Suzu, though, I think that Lodwan is the reason why they're back into their winning ways, is being able to Suzu out of it. It's so important that if you're going up against a lot of this CC, that you have that protection Suzu ready to go, and you also have the swift step away to make sure that you can use said protection Suzu.
Let's see. DBHS, 2 lights on the board, looking for the third. TV Falcon looking their second one, and take us all the way to our final control point. And this game can still tie, folks, so get ready, get set, because we could have a very long game on our hands. Trap already destroyed out. Vixis is just going to go right ahead and go to the second floor and say hello to Sunset Opal already down. And that Roadhog wasn't a bait. It's a big play as there's the Big Ten right drag in for Gravy. Gravy does not survive this. Right now, just a battle in the middle. There's another big hook. Vixis has to run away for right now, and Aki goes down with no more take a breather there anyways. DBHS has to back off.
Well, I mean, it was good for the first fight, but now I think you got to go with something a little more conventional. Because, you know, I mean, the pull is good, but I mean, you're looking at a wall, and the wall could actually set you apart from your team as you try to control it.
Oh, well, there's a pull-in, and there's a cryo freeze already being invested by the main, but so far, Aki's having to use that take a breather all the way down to its final form. And there's a hook onto the Big Ten as well, and that's going to be big damage coming out. That AOT, or that DOT damage, excuse me, very big for you. Sunset Aqua, though, already gets the kill, and there's going to be a trap placed down. The Junkrat keeps them in for a little while. Immortality Field invested on either side. There's the hook just gone for right now. At Matrix having to kite away for DBHS. They back away and reset.
Yeah, smart from them. Oh, Aki gets the kill on the Vixis. That is massive, and now they're going to answer with their own window.
Yeah, they answer with their own window, and this is looking big here for DBHS. Another trap down. Aki is trapped. That's not going to last much longer here for the tank as the Matrix holds them on, scuffs them away for a couple of moments. Two Techs looking for the last one. This won't be as big of a time back here for for DBHS as it was for TV Falcon, but they're still at 2.5. It's over 4 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, right now, if you're looking at what the personnel here on the field is, I mean, Vixis is basically being baited into punching in and see if they can contest the hook. And so, I mean, with 5 ultimates on the board almost here for Central Valley, this is where they need to get in.
Yeah, to try to find it, and in fact, they will get the Big Ten for the very least. Roadhog is available for Aki, Convo, Sunset Alpha, Nubia, all having their ults as well. 4 check marks on either side. We'll see who gets pulled out. Keith interrupts along the tactical visor. There's going to be the Riptire. There's going to be the one that decides it all. It might just be as it finds the double kill onto Sunset Alpha and Trek. However, this fight ain't over yet. Roadhog is going to be used. It's going to trap on out this Baptiste, who's going to find a way to somehow, some way live. Vixis is able to get the slam down for right now. There's the Matrix that gets pulled out for security's sake. It's a TP away, and underneath the chokehold, it will go.
I'm not sure if I would have had the cojones to be able to put that out. Among Us has some serious steel in their veins now. They don't have that at their back.
They don't, but it's at a choke point place where you really don't want to be in the situation. This is where I've seen time banks melt away. It might melt even faster here. Convo and Aki are both there. You never want to run up against this entire archway because it spells trouble for you. DBHS is learning that the hard way right now.
Give me an Arisa. Yes! Give me an Arisa.
Battle Cattle.
My girl is in the game now. I am actually sitting more upright because the Battle Cattle can now eat. Well, I say that Among Us just took care of everything. Oh my god! Absolutely obliterated. You're done.
The damage is just too much right now. Sitting at 3 minutes left to go. Remember, 4:48 was the starting time here for this entire team of DBHS to push up. TV Falcon really looked like they want to advance this on into a final map number 5. They're holding this choke point very well right now. And again, with this May being so much of a threat, that Blizzard right next to the cart could just make this more of an inevitable fight here. The Marisa will try to poke their way right on in, having to use the Fortify already, which means if this Blizzard gets through, it's all but impossible to get out of. Not you can't even power slide away from that, my friend. It's just going to be the damage being poured out here. The soldier, the lone dead person of this entire fight. But what more could you want here from TV Falcon? The bench put up yet again.
Like a gentle rain.
Please go a different route. That's all I'm asking. Quit trying to shove it through the archway. You can send somebody around the flank, especially Sunset. What? You got rid of them. You could have rotated behind them with the tack visor and killed everybody. You give it up. Or not. Oh, that is a missed opportunity, my friend.
You give it up for 15% only on the Genji instead, and good stun out Doggy and Convo, there's going to be the kitchen rush out from Newbie, who's going to get blocked out from the wall. For right now, there's going to be a lot of missed opportunities here for DBHS unless they can kill this Doomfist right now. But they won't be able to. However, Among Us does go down. That's traded out for Aki right away. It's starting to look like DBHS can find their way in. This May is just all kinds of trouble here. It's that keeps falling oh so low, but finally they get their pick, disrupt the shot, get rid of the May, and finally they get rid of through the checkpoint with 1 minute and a half left to go.
Shrek just did a dance of death with Vixis and comes out the winner on the other side. 60% in climbing here for Sunset Up. I'm sorry, 70% in climbing here for the Blade to come out. This tire is going to be the fight changer once again. We've talked about it all night, Keegan. Grapey has been massive with these rip tires.
Got to be bigger here too as well. With a minute left to go, could very well send them into another map, if you will. This very well could be final fight territory. In fact, they might not even get a fight here. If they want to back up, now would be the time. Aki goes down, and so does Shrek. So you got to save yourself for at least the final fight. But Vixis is not going to let them breathe for right now. Convo's able to get a kill on Vixis, but it's still a regroup.
Oh, okay, yeah, this is going to be a broken fight at best. To get this last point, double DPS ultimates. Actually, Sunset Up and passes Convolt, and with that reset. So, I mean, I've been talking about it, you know, kind of touching on it here and there. Really, Sunset has been the one to really put a lion's share of the DPS down. We need to see a little bit more out of Convolt. This is their chance to do it. Never mind, Sunset Up is down.
Sunset Off was down, 20 seconds remaining, no blade coming and no overclock coming either. Gabablama's able to take care of that. Blizzard, Riptire, Kitchener Rush, and Meteor Strike all available. They may not even need to use it. 10 seconds left to go. Gotta find a way to touch. Around the corner comes the Doomfist, around the corner comes the Kiko as well, just to protect and shoot that out right now. But Gabablama takes care of that, and so will the rest of it. The Blizzard is out, and the Blizzard will not save you from this team. And from the first to 3, we went down to a 1st to 2, and in our last match of Championship Wednesday, we go to a 1st to 1.
One map to rule them all. Convolt, I mean, I say that I want more. I want more. I want more and more and more and more. And, well, I mean, while that was good, I mean, on the back of it, we didn't get enough on the other side of it, so we'll see. We'll see how this actually goes down. Control. Back to it. I think we go to Antarctic Peninsula. I think that we go to a different map. I would like to see the Penguins. Personally, I like to see the Penguins, but I think it's new enough. I think that we've had enough time, and especially with how good Doomfist works. Sub-levels. Also labs. I mean, Icebreaker might be the one that he doesn't work as good as on, but I mean, sub-level and labs, Doomfist absolutely reigns there and gives Sigma a really hard time.
Well, let's find out here because DBHS is the one with the map pick, and so far the last 3 maps on Colosseo, Circuit Royale, and Kings Row, it has been the team that picks the map to win it. Will we see it a very 4th time here for DBHS? Because they have map pick, we will not go to Lijiang Tower, at least for the mandatory portion if we were to head to map 6. But map number 5, Lijiang Tower, still in the pool. You have Ilios, Oasis, and the Arctic Peninsula. Will we see the curveball known as Antarctic Peninsula, or one of the 3 that have been staples so far, Lijiang Tower, Ilios, and Oasis? Lijiang Tower is faithful, if you will. It is the one that usually you will get to see here in map number 5. Or as well in general as for a pick. So, I mean, we're going to get to find out what these 2 teams are made of. But you go, if you take a journey with us back to map number 1, on Nepal, it was 100-34 DBHS. On Village, then on Shrine, 100-0 also in their favor as well. And we'll get to see what DBHS picks here, because Nepal went their way. What will Control end up being?
I have no idea. I'm kind of taking a sneak peek with you to see where we're going. Try to get it, look behind the curtain here.
Behind the curtains,
just a little peeky peek. I just want to see where they're going to go. But I mean, I think that if you're DBHS, I mean, maybe you don't go to Antarctic Peninsula because Doomfist does work so well there. I mean, Lijiang Tower, yeah, I can see that happening. Honestly,
okay. I'll give you guys what is going on behind the scenes. I believe somebody just asked for Nepal. I'm not too sure if there's a rule against the double pick here because they are asking, DBHS was asking for Nepal, but I do not think you can play 2 maps in a row. At least I'm pretty sure, unless there's something that doesn't go against it. You would think you don't play 2 maps in a row, or actually the same map here in the same series, but I guess there isn't. Nepal we will go back to one more time.
I am flabbergasted, but okay. Maybe there will be a chance for Crescenta Valley to be able to, kind of right the wrongs of their past there and get the map win here. We know that there's at least 2 sub maps coming our way. We know that there is some serious work to be done here if you are Crescenta Valley, because you did lose 100-34. They're on I believe it was what, Village, was it?
Yeah, so Village, they lost 100-30, and then Shrine, they lost 100-0 right now. And I think, yeah, they're gonna check on this right now to see, because I will tell you right again behind the scenes here. I'm looking at the entire map. I'm looking at the entire map pool and whatnot. There really isn't a rule against there really isn't a rule against picking the same map twice here. It said the only thing that it says, right, each match will follow the game mode order listed below with the map pool selection listed beside it. And so really, other than that, there really isn't another portion to this. And so, yeah, I mean, nothing to it in terms of picking the second map twice, at least not what I'm seeing. So if Nepal does get played twice, you would think DBHS has the advantage on this.
Absolutely given the advantage on this. And I think that, I mean, if it's going to get you the championship win, if it's not against the rules, does it make me raise my eyebrow a little bit? Absolutely it does. Do I fault you for it if it's not against the rules? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You play to win, right? We don't play here for a participation trophy. We're playing for a championship here, baby. And that's what we want. And you know what? Stevie Falcons, if you made this, just say, we're cool. We're cool with this. We got this. We're going to correct our mistakes, because what happened was that they got completely overwhelmed by Aki and company, and they were never able to really dislodge the tank from the line. Also, since that Appa had a fantastic time on the DPS being able to flank around. So we'll see how this goes down.
And you know what? Play by the rules, I guess. No, nothing officially there. And I guess the league officials have also said that we are going to be able to play Nepal twice. So we are having a bit of deja vu, if you will. We're headed back to the big place of Nepal here. We'll get to see what we will. And Sanctum, we didn't see this on the last map. We didn't see this on the first time around because it ended on Village and Shrine. Sanctum will start us off, Billy.
Pit of hell! Sorry. I always do this. Whenever I play this game and we get to Sanctum, I always say that. It's fun. You know what? Aki could actually have an advantage here because they have shown us the Roadhog. And the Roadhog hooks were pretty darn good. So, there's opportunities here to actually have a little bit of fun with this, Roadhog is a little bit more viable, but we're going to go back to the tried and true. We're also going to, Okay, we'll see if this actually sticks or not. We do know that Sunset Appa did play the Symmetra there on Shrine for the first control map, so this is not a shock to me. This is not a shock to me to see the Symmetra come out here. Now, I think that's just going to be to get them out of spawn, and then we'll see them swap over probably back to the Sojourn, if not the Tracer.
Is Grey P going to do this too? Grey P's going to pull out the Symmetra as well. Are they going to keep it? No, one decides not to keep it. Actually, wait, Grey P falls off the map. Guys, that's not one way to swap. You really want to swap by going back into the spawn room. I think you may have misstepped there. But now it's a 5v4. That very well could have been crucial here, because now DBHS has the opportunity to push up without worries of really any other DPSs besides the main for right now, as it's going to be Aki just stunning out with the kinetic drop right now. The wall actually entraps him, and actually Vixis is taken down. The wall trapped Vixis for just a little bit too long, so Cabablamo keeps him there, and it's going to be the first fight flip over to DBHS.
That is the first, real clunker head mistake that I've seen really all series long, my friend. I mean, we've seen some really great play from these gamers here. These teams are doing so dang good. And I've just been impressed with their play, but I think that was the one clunker head move that I've seen all day long.
Convo able to get rid of Gavin Lama. So for DBHS, another hold here for them right now, as it looks to be just Lucio getting also aggressive. If you take care of this Sigma right now, you're looking pretty good. And again, you're lucky that the passive is still on, where the tanks are going a little bit heavier, because otherwise that's an off the map. But it is off the map though. It's Sunset Alpha, and Among Us, we're getting the Soundwave kill advantage on over to CD Falcon. We're playing for their lives here, and now the Keystone Rush is also going to be used. Aki's able to take care of Among Us, but Aki is stuck right now. They actually get off the point. It's on over to CD Falcon, and if the Gravitic Flux is going to go up, it's going to be enough though. It will not be, as there's a protection Suzu for right now, keeping them at bay. Victus is able to take care of Convo. Aki does go down. It's just the Lucio left to go. You have no more chances, even if you use the At Matrix. No chance left. CD Falcon hold.
Yep, and I mean, no speed, disengaged there as well. So, you know what? You throw out the Flux. Once again, another Flux was devalued by Vixus. And I think that that's the big change right here. And I think that we're looking at Grapey bringing out the tank cluster. And also, we've got this May back once again. The Blizzard is ready to go.
Also, you do not have an immortality field to go alongside this. Meanwhile, it's going to be the Blizzard out and about. That's going to freeze 3 inside of it. And that's Lucio. That sound barrier may not even matter. But the Meteor Strike will come on down and rain down damage on a one-shot. Yeah, the Bastion's not going to do you much favor with the power block anyways. Baptiste goes. It's a wipe. What a combo with the Blizzard and the Meteor Strike.
Please get off the Bastion. Please go to the Symmetra or go to the Sojourn. Anything but this Bastion right now, because you're just a sitting duck for not only Vixus to come in with the Empowered Punch and the Seismic Slam, but you're also just being fed on by Gabalama with those mid and long range punches. God darn, that is huge.
That is big for them. Gets rid of Aki up to 65% and rolling here for the Falcons to set the Valley, and Vixus with the slam down as well. Death Blossom just to get them out of the archway. But look, it might be a game of who touches the spawn room door. For Stevie Falcons feeling it right now.
Oh yeah, they're absolutely feeling it. I mean, once again, Convolt needs to play behind his tank. Needs to play behind his tank, and the tank needs to make sure they have a way to get onto this point.
Oh, what a wall for them for right now. Convolt having to use already. That immortality field is gone, so for the next 30 seconds they're playing dry without an immortality. And meanwhile, the Meteor Strike will come out and about on the back line, and the huge back line is there on the Bastion, and the Soldier falling also low health. And now it's going to be the Keystone Rush at the same time. Gravitic Flux is up. Gravitic Flux is going to find its way to 3, but it doesn't even matter. Nobody else is able to touch the point, and CB Falcon have turned their fortunes around here on Nepal. They are 100% away from winning the ship.
Keegan, this is already 100% more than what they got last time that we were in Nepal. Now we're going back to the other maps that they lost. So maybe the outlier map is what CV really thrived in, and maybe they're going to have issues with Shrine, with Village. We'll see. Sunset Appa going over to the Ash, possibly for this last sub map. It is going to be Shrine, indeed. Grapey was really giving Aki all that they could handle. That's a big problem for them right now.
Let's see. Are the fortunes going to be turned here? Aki's going to go on to the... Wow, Aki goes on to the
yes!
Reinhardt. We're seeing this for the first time ever. It goes to Reinhardt. We will see if this pays off for them. Look at Victor's health, though, by the way, falling so low, down to maybe a third of their health. Be able to get back up in time. Fire Strike not landing, still at only 5%. Launching's up to 13%. Among Us at 25% to an out boost. Gavin Lama, though, able to find Convo. And so far, so good here. Just going to have to try to swing away the hammer. The field falls also low, down to 100 health. Has to back away on it for right now. There's the punch. Just to save them off, and the fight continues on here. This Reinhardt giving him some sort of stability, but what a final nade in the back coming from Among Us, who's been hitting the nades all day long, all match long. That's going to force him back. Seeking Falcon on the run.
I mean, look at who's leading the lobby. Other than Vixus, it's Among Us, and it's because of those nades. Just getting so much value, multi-person nades every time they throw it out. And Aki, here we go. We need to have this Suzu back again. Once you see it comes up, that's a 4-bomb.
That is a 4-bomb on the Bionade, which is huge for them. There's going to be the Reinhardt charging in for right now. 87%, 88 along the way. Aki's got to find something. What a big punch, though. Lands up hitting 3 people, and another big Bionade forces them out. Strike goes down. It's going to be the May going down as well. Meteor Strike in the back line. You have nothing to save you here, folks. You have nothing there if you are the Lucio. The May waiting for death. Stevie Falcon feeling good about themselves right now with 40%.
They've got Nano engaged into this fight. They're going to have the Kitsune rush with a couple of healing kunai. Aki going over to the Zarya. I don't know what you are thinking right now. They have completely lost their way, and I am feeling just so scared for this Diamond Bar team. Yeah, I mean, you were trying to get it charged up as soon as you can get done.
See that 100 damage, 100 charge cell damage is so good when they can land it for right now. But the damage that can also land is a nano boosted Vixen, 65%, and they will keep rolling along here as this Doomfist just doing work. Just carrying the dumbbell for the entire team right now. 4 kills landing already. Nano boost is all you need, and you're 1 fight away from lifting the cup.
Convolt, you need to go on a flank. You cannot just run it up the gut as you've been doing this entire map. You've got to find a flank angle. Look at this Reaper. Grapey is up there just waiting like a perched hawk.
Another good Bionade onto Shrek for right now that gets them away. Convolt's able to get the tactical visor through the window. It will go. They might have just found their breath of life here. Sunset Stopper will also get their kills. They flip it with 2 ultimates used, but now they've got nothing on the board. CV Falcon has 3.
Good to see you.
It's going to come down to holding their nerve with this protection Suzu for the Gabalana Blizzard. And then they're going to have to withstand Grapey with this Blossom. So, I mean, Aki's going to have to be very careful. The Immortality Barrier is going to be perfectly timed, and they've got a perfect beat on the backline right now.
They have it right now. They're going to go all the way in the backline. This entire team is split, and there's going to be a Bionade. The Blizzard huge. The Death Blossom will combo. And Grapey might have just won them the fight here. They might have just won them the entire championship.
That's
the
it.
Doomfist is down. It's a team wipe. The clock will start to bleed away. CV Falcon going back and forth with DBHS. But the Falcons will fly away with the championship in fall of 2023, winning the Play versus Youth program in fall of 23 in the Pacific region.
Oh, my heart is so bloody full right now. What heart from both of these teams. I cannot tell you how absolutely bloody impressed I am with these kids. Holy cow. Vixus, you are a menace. Aki, you are a menace. Both teams, I love you so much. I don't know what else to say other than I'm completely impressed. I was thoroughly entertained, and I hope everybody else out there was as entertained as we were.
Entertainment value indeed. We got 2 sweeps earlier on between Rockford Rampage and Science Academy, but this one gave us the most entertainment between the CV Falcons and the DBHS team. But in the end, CV Falcon joining Rockford Rampage Science Academy as champions here on Championship Wednesday between the MHSCL as well as the South Central region. So big win here for CV Falcon to talk about here. And I mean, what before we wrap up here, Billy, give me one takeaway here from this entire day that we've seen so far. 1 week removed from the start of the season, and these teams here in the Play versus Arena looking pretty dang good.
I mean, you play what you want to play. And that's something I alluded to at the beginning of the broadcast. I'm going to allude to it again. Your comfort matters. It doesn't matter what the meta says right now. You don't have to be a meta slave. If you are comfortable and confident in your hero, play it. Have fun. We just saw it happen right now. Doomfist has been smacked around since the last time we saw him, kind of get a little bit of a buff. We just saw a team win on the back of a Doomfist main.
Well, in the end, though, it is CV Falcon that wins it all, and Overwatch action is ending for right now, but that doesn't mean that we still don't have more Overwatch left to go. In fact, the Spring 24 season is where you want to join us here. If you're ready to get in on the action, one more time, enrollment for the Spring 24 season is now open and free to compete in. You can discover all of the opportunities that Play Versus has to offer, and what an offering it was here in the final series. You get all the details on the upcoming spring season. Go to playversus.com. That is PLAYVS.com. Don't just watch. Come on down and play. Special thanks to all of the production team, including J-Loff on the observing side. It's Goose on the production side. And what a series overall here for my partner here, Chef Billy Clutchkey, with you, bringing you the final game of the day. One more time, Rockford Rampage from the MHSCL Science Academy, winning in the South Central region, and CV Falcon giving us the best entertainment, but winning the series overall 3-2. Congratulations to all our championship champion winners. That will do it for us, and we hope you have a good rest of your night. Happy holidays to one and all, and we'll see you come Spring 24. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
When I went to go get my program started, I did a lot of research on what companies people were using at the high school level with regards to playing esports. I found a few of them, but I found that Play Versus not only had some of the best reviews, but had high praise from people in this sphere of high school esports. So naturally, while there are other people in the state, I chose to keep going with Play Versus. So we chose to exclusively work with Playversus because they offer a large variety of games, and they offer a large variety of games that our students get behind. Constantly, every season, they're trying to either innovate, bring more games in. They're a small company, but they try really hard, and I obviously really appreciate that. I think Playversus catalog is what sets them apart from everybody else. Everybody else can offer small things or even tournaments related to the game and title that they want to play with. And so I think that the idea that I can build an entire season around a specific title is really enticing.